Hey guys, my name is Speedy and welcome back to some more of our Chelsea career mode. This is episode number 6, and I know I've lacked on this series a little bit. We have only had one episode of this probably within the last week or so I'll try to upload this more so that you don't forget about it, kind of like the Wolverhampton Wanderers series, where that kind of just died at the end. But we can't really do it anyway because we are now on the Xbox version, obviously. So I'm just gonna stop blabbering on. We're gonna get right into this episode. So as you can see, we are very close to the end of the transfer window. We have brought in Dolberg fourth and William Jose, and William and Costa have left. So I'm just gonna get to the end of this transfer window because I do not think we really need any more players to add to our squad. And there we go. End of the transfer window. Pretty successful. We did lose two big players though. William was not by choice, but Diego Costa was. And Aston Villa have come in here for a last second loan for Kennedy, which they are too late for. So, now that we have the transfer window out of the way, I'm going to show you what the episode is going to look like. So, it's a very busy September, so we're going to be playing this game up against Shakhtar Donetsk, and we're going to play this game against Arsenal. We're also going to play this game against Sporting, and play this game against Manchester City. So we're going to have an action-packed episode, 4 games. The highlights will probably be pretty limited in those games because I don't want to make the video run for way too long. And then obviously we're going to simulate all the other games, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, first game of the episode is going to be a simulated game up against Leicester. Strongest lineup is out there. I'm just going to skip it right away. This should be a comfortable win. Not very comfortable, as Piliqueta got sent off, but Hazard and William Jose. William Jose got a goal. That is good to see. We only won in the 67th minute, so that's a little bit worrying, but 2-1 win over Leicester. Alright guys, so now it is time for our very first ever Champions League match as Chelsea manager. Up against Shakhtar Donetsk, this is the team that we're going to be going with. It's a pretty strong team. We got Dolberg and Batshuayi up top. Then we got Moses, Kennedy, Drinkwater, Bakayoko, and Conte in midfield. We got Juan Foyth, Rudiger, and Christensen at the back. And then we have Willie Caballero in goal. So, let's go out in this very first ever Champions League game, get a good victory so we can get a head start qualifying for the knockout stages. While we are managing Chelsea, and it's scored by Michy Batshuayi off of a chip. What a goal! Look at this. Conte played through Batshuayi. Batshuayi he just lifted it over the goalkeeper. Effortlessly. Like the goalie, he had no chance. 1-0 to Chelsea. Instead of Charlie Musonda, it was Michy Batshuayi getting the goal, and that is his second of the game as well. That's it. 2-0 win over Shakhtar Donetsk in our very first Champions League match as Chelsea manager. Very comfortable win. Batshuayi getting us the brace. And yeah, 2-0 win over Shakhtar Donetsk. Alright guys, so now it's time for the second round of the Carabao Cup. We have Brentford in this game. It's like a second slash third team pretty much out there. So, I'm just going to simulate to the end, and we lose. Okay, so we're out of the Carabao Cup. To Watkins. Watkins scored a goal. And nobody out of all those players could get one goal for us. That's pretty embarrassing. Well, we're out of the Carabao Cup. Alright guys, so let's shake off that rough Carabao Cup game. The game against Arsenal. Second play game of the episode. It's our strongest starting lineup out there. Everybody is fully fit, at least on the starting 11, but we do have a game 2 days later up against Stoke City, which you're going to sim, so that's not really that great. Hopefully our team can hold out until the Sporting Lisbon game, and then we'll rest him for that, and then we'll play him in the Manchester City game. So without further ado, let's get into it. Team. Let's go like that. Golo Kante. Very powerful shot from N'Golo Kante. We are 1-0 up inside 15 minutes. Pedro Morata combining for a very, very good goal. That was a very, very, very well worked goal. Only between Morata and Pedro. Morata played it up top for Pedro. Pedro played it back into Morata, and it really is an easy finish. And Arsenal's defense has been abysmal so far. It's just awful. It's really, really bad. How did Hector Bellerin not stop that little chip by Fabregas? And then Hazard, well, can't really complain about that finish. That finish was absolutely amazing. 5 goals in the league for Hazard now. There it is. Full time. All 3 of our goals came in that first half. Extremely dominating first half. We came out and we destroyed Arsenal. Very good 3-0 win over Arsenal. N'Golo Kante, Alvaro Morata, and Eden Hazard all getting the goals, as you can see there. So, comfortable win. Let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, so now we're going to simulate this next game up against Stoke City. Can we do it on a cold, rainy, well, I suppose it's mid-evening, night-ish thing at Stoke? We're just gonna start simulating this one right away. Hopefully, we can pull off a result. Although, I am a little bit skeptical of these simulations now, because we did lose to Brentford. Which is kind of embarrassing. But Zuma, who is a Chelsea loanee, gets injured, and Batshuayi scores in the 52nd minute. He just really can't. All our strikers are doing amazingly at the moment, contrary to real life. And there it is. 1-0 win over Stoke City. Not quite the thrashing of Arsenal, but it's good enough. We move on to the next game. Alright guys, we are now going to be taking on Sporting Lisbon in the second round of the Champions League group stages. So this is going to be our team. It's kind of similar to the one that we put out there last time. We got Batshuayi, Dolberg up top. We got Musanda, Drinkwater, Ampadu, Scott, and Alonso in midfield. Then we got Christensen, Rudiger, and Juan Foyth in defense. And then Willie Caballero in goal. Let's go out and make it 2 wins out of 2 in the Champions League. Finish. How did he... What? I'm still dumbfounded at that. That was a block shot. Left foot, crossbar down. What a finish from Michy Batshuayi. Dolberg had to duck. And it goes in, and we are 1-0 up. Definitely shouldn't have called out Caballero. I thought he could get there. But Baz Dust has just equalized for Sporting Lisbon. That was a very good finish. I will give it to him. Nice little chip over the top. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I'm putting that down to me. That was just a bunch of player error. Baz Dost grabs his first goal in the Champions League. Full boy defending from Sporting Lisbon. And Danny Drinkwater has punished them for that. Don't really know what was going on, but Danny Drinkwater just left wide open, and he slots it home for an easy finish for his first goal in the Champions League. Ampadu, over the top for Charlie Musanda. Charlie Musanda sees that run to the back post of Marcos Alonso. 3-1 to Chelsea. And it was, in the end, it was an easy goal. Great work from Charlie Musanda. Marcos Alonso buries that one into the goal for his first goal in the Champions League. That was just to rub salt in the wounds, really. And it's Casper Dolberg getting on the goal scoring sheet. I was trying to go further, maybe to like Victor Moses or somebody, but it found Casper Dolberg, and he stuck it home with his feet for his first goal in the Champions League. There's the end of the game. 4-1 win over Sporting Lisbon in the end. They were never going to be better than this. realistically. Very comfortable win. Now let's move on to the big Manchester City game. Guys, the final game of the episode. It's going to be up against Manchester City. Our strongest lineup is out there. They're in 4th place. We're in 1st. Let's keep up our undefeated streak and get a good win against Manchester City here. And we are 1-0 down. Manchester City have punished us after I had the not greatest of defending performances there. Backed up with Azpilicueta, missed a tackle. Courtois got a big chunk of that, actually, and Sergio Aguero scores. Pedro. William Jose gets passed out to Mendy, and it's up against Manchester City. 1-1. What a brilliant goal that was. He held off with Mendy, and then it's a good, calm finish into the corner from William Jose, and he has 3 goals in the league. Uh-oh. Aguero, great save! Raheem Sterling. Oh my god, really? He runs like a... I don't know how Raheem Sterling... Have you ever seen Raheem Sterling run in real life? It's really funny. But he hits the shot crossbar down after Courtois made a good save, so, yep, we're 2-1 down again. That we lost. We lost against Manchester City. Come on, that should have not been a loss. That was such a trashy game. We lose against Manchester City. Raheem Sterling's goal was awful. So was their first one. And we get our first loss of the Premier League season. Okay, guys, so I think that's going to draw this episode to a close. Very, very disappointing end to the episode. And N'Golo Kante is going to be out for 3 weeks. Didn't even know he got injured. So, yeah, that's great. We're still on top of the league table. Manchester City have leapfrogged from 4th to 2nd. So, they're the closest team to us now. So now we're 6 wins and 1 loss in the Premier League. Not too shabby, as you can see there. Pedro is the player of the month at Premier League. So, I guess there's kind of a silver lining in that. So if you guys did enjoy the return, and it's a big episode as well. This has been a huge episode. I've been recording for over an hour now. If you guys have enjoyed the return of the Chelsea Career Mode episode 6, which is this one, make sure to leave a like on this video. I've been K Speedy, and I will see you guys next time.